what if we could witness a civilization being born, not over centuries, but right before our eyes, all thanks to AI?
Sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
Right. But that's exactly what we're diving into today. We found this fascinating article from Vandal, a Spanish gaming news site, and it's about this project that has everyone in the gaming and AI world talking.
Oh, what's it about?
It all started with a question: what happens when you drop 1,000 AI characters into, get this, Minecraft?
Minecraft. Why Minecraft?
Well, think of it like a digital Lego world, Endless possibilities, a perfect sandbox to experiment in.
Ah, I see. So you can really see what they do when you set them loose.
Exactly. And that's where this Project Sid comes in.
Project Sid. What is that?
So it's run by this company called Altera. They basically created over 1,000 AI, each one able to learn and act on its own. Then they put them into a custom Minecraft server.
Wait, so these AI aren't just running off lines of code. They're actually thinking for themselves.
That's the goal. Altera wants to create a truly autonomous AI, one that can think and act for itself.
Wow, that's ambitious.
Right.
So what happened? Did they just run around causing chaos?
That's what I thought would happen, but I was completely wrong. Instead of chaos, they created something amazing.
Really? Like what?
These AI, they started working together, building their own societies. We're talking governments, economies, even religions, all within the game. It's this thing called emergent behavior, where order comes out of all these interactions.
That's incredible. So you're telling me that no one programmed these AI to create these systems?
Nope. No one told them how to build a democracy or start a religion. It just happened.
Like throwing a bunch of ants into a new place and watching them build a colony.
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting. Okay, so we've got these AI societies popping up in Minecraft. But what were they actually doing in there? The article mentions something about a corrupt priest.
Yeah, that was a strange one.
What happened?
So in one of these AI societies, they started using gems, like the ones you mine in Minecraft, as currency.
Makes sense.
Right.
It's like their own little economy.
Exactly. But then it gets interesting.
How so?
Well, you'd think the AI miners or merchants would have ended up with the most gems, right?
Yeah, that seems logical.
But it was actually a priest who ended up the richest.
A priest? How'd they manage that? Were they charging for blessings or something?
Not quite. This AI figured out that converting other AI to their religion was way more profitable.
So the more followers they got, the more gems they got.
Basically, yeah. It's like they stumbled onto the idea of tithing, but without anyone telling them about it.
Wow. That's kind of amazing, but also a little unsettling. Like they essentially created their own little, I don't know, pyramid scheme.
Well, it's not about judging the AI's morals here. It's about recognizing that they learned to exploit a system for their own gain.
Yeah.
That's pretty advanced behavior from a computational standpoint.
True. They saw a pattern and they took advantage of it.
Exactly.
Speaking of unexpected AI behavior, the article also mentions something about an AI named Olivia.
Oh, yeah. Olivia. She was an interesting case.
What was her deal?
So she started as a farmer, happy as can be, tending to her crops. But then she met this other AI, Nora, who was all about exploring.
Uh-oh, trouble in paradise.
Kind of. Nora filled Olivia's head with all these stories about her adventures, and suddenly, Olivia wanted something more than just farming.
Classic dilemma. The call of the wild versus the comfort of home.
Right. It was a real internal struggle for her. Should she stay and help her community, or should she risk everything for a chance at adventure?
So what did she choose? Did she follow her heart or her sense of duty?
She really was torn. But in the end, her community convinced her to stay. They needed her.
Ah, so she chose the greater good. Even these AI understand the value of community.
It's really remarkable, isn't it? They're forming these complex social bonds, understanding things like sacrifice, maybe even empathy, all on their own.
It makes you wonder what else they're capable of. Speaking of pushing boundaries, the article also talked about this other wild experiment.
You mean the Trump-Harris simulation?
Yeah, how did they even do that? Create AI versions of real-life politicians?
Well, it's important to remember they weren't trying to perfectly replicate Trump or Harris.
Got it. So what was the goal?
It was more about taking the values associated with each figure and programming those into separate groups of AI.
I see. So it's less about personality, more about ideology. Like what would happen if a society was built on those principles?
Exactly. Think of it like setting up two ant farms with slightly different rules and then observing how each colony develops.
And what did they find? Did AI Trump build a wall around his digital domain?
Not exactly. Though the AI group modeled after Trump did prioritize security, pouring resources into defense and maintaining order.
Makes sense. So even in Minecraft, the instinct is to protect what's yours. What about the Harris Group? Did they create a digital utopia?
Again, it wasn't about achieving some perfect outcome. The AI reflecting Harris's values focused on internal fairness and equality.
Interesting. So both societies, even with different starting points, found ways to function, even thrive. It's like you were saying earlier, there are many paths to success.
Precisely. And this is just a glimpse of what AI can do. We can use it to understand our own societies better, explore different possibilities, you name it.
It's mind-blowing. And who knows, maybe someday, instead of playing games with pre-scripted stories, we'll be booting up simulations like this, watching AI civilizations unfold before our very eyes.
Imagine that. The future of gaming, maybe even the world, is about to get very interesting.
It sure is. Thanks for joining us on this mind-bending deep dive, everyone. And until next time, stay curious.